Hi and welcome to Happy Fisherman Adventures.
I hope, I dream, I wish to catch a big fish, and I do it when I can. I'm a happy fisherman, and I do it when I can. I'm a happy fisherman.
Well, unfortunately, today's episode I have to run solo. Mima can't shake her cough off. She doesn't feel anything else, but the cough is there, and it's hard to talk when you're coughing all the time. So, it's not surprise actually, because look at the weather and all the stuff that's happening. I mean, this weather stops us fishing as well. So, what can I say? Hopefully, next couple of weeks, or it'll warm up, and it's actually this wind's gonna stop. We had quite a few reports around, and the best reports we get is actually Port Ellington Rockwall, people catching snapper there on a regular basis. So obviously the fish is already in the bay, and that just gives you an idea that if you do go and chase snapper at this time of the year, just go on shallows. Just follow the shallows or run Black Rock, Wormies, anywhere that's actually warmer water, I suppose. Saying that, Western Port, it was just mayhem. They're catching snapper daily. Brett Reed was doing amazing job there. Big fish as well, to 8-9 kilo. A lot of fish there, but usually this time of the year, snapper does come first in the actual Western Port, and then a few weeks later they'll be all around Port Phillip Bay. Saying that, today's episode is actually a happy story. A happy story of a guy just rings me up out of the blue. My name's Alex, my best friend's getting married, we would like to get on the boat with you. Well, a lot of people ask similar question, and it's hard for me to please everybody, but I did promise him, say, hey, we're gonna do it, and we did it, so let's watch the first video.
All the way. Surprise. We're going fishing with him today.
Yeah. No, he's serious.
We actually are going fishing with him.
You two are going fishing with him.
Oh, really?
What the fuck? Fox Night Part 1.
That's what we're saying here. Wow. Oh, you knew too.
We've all been dying. Look, he's like sweating. Yeah, move the car.
Fucking gold. Oh my god. Let's get the rods. Let's go.
And this is how today's adventure started. We do get quite a few people asking to come on the boat with us, and we can't please everybody. But I did make an exception, as Alex rang me and said his friend Johnny is getting married. They're big fans of the Happy Fisherman, and he would love to surprise him and get him on the boat with us. So I promised I'll do my best to help out, and today was the day. We left Clifton Springs and we went straight to the artificial reef. My friend Ovi was there, and we knew there is no big snapper at the moment. Well, we didn't have any reports of the big snapper being caught in this area, but we were catching heaps of silver whiting. And silver whiting is something that Alex and Johnny never caught before. Both of these guys, just to mention, they actually are great fishermen. They're not beginners. They fish, they know their stuff, they got their own boats. But as I say, they never caught a silver whiting before. So it was a challenge for me to get them out here and try and catch some. As usual, we set up the camera, we start cutting some bait and start loading the rods. Put some here fishy burley and red bullets and everything that we had around just to make some action around the boat. And while we were doing that, Alex was on the first fish already. It was a little pinky. It is worth to mention that this reef is known for lots and lots of small pinkies, so you have to deal with it, unfortunately. But saying that, in November, December, there is big fish here, 3 to 8, 9 kilo, unbelievable snapper. Well, small pinkies, big pinkies, doesn't matter. We were having fun, we on the water, we fishing, throwing them back, who cares? We were waiting, we had the big rods in, waiting for some bit more serious to happen. But the goal was today to get some silver whiting, and I was a little bit worried. Silver whiting and pinkies actually feed in the same column of water. They're about 10 to 20 centimeters off the bottom. And the problem I had, because every time we dropped the line, pinky would take it, I was a bit disappointed because obviously silver whiting would not have a chance to get to our hooks because pinkies were so aggressive. But you never lose hope, I suppose. Then after about an hour of just picking up pinkies and throwing them back, we decided to have one rod a little bit higher off the ground. Getting your bite about meter and a half off the ground, that's where yuccas feed. So we start targeting them. Quite few people love eating yucca, but we were targeting them mainly for bait. They're great bait for snapper, gummy, you name it. They're awesome, especially fresh. So before you know, Alex was onto them. Beside the yuccas in this area, we do have slimy mackerel as well, but slimy mackerel feeds about 3 to 4 meters just under the surface. Small paternoster rig loaded with a bit of pilchard, that's all it takes. As you can see, we were very busy. And who cares, we had fun. We didn't catch massive fish or big fish or trophy fish, but we did have lots of fun. By now we're already a couple hours in, and then we had our first slimy mackerel. I had a rod just hanging on the back of the boat, 3 meters under the surface, and that was our first slimy mac. And then the bite that we had just a meter off the ground, they got hit by yuccas. The next video is just a continuation of this happy adventure. They were happy, they were catching fish. There was no big fish around, but we didn't care. So let's watch the next video. Well, pinkies never left. Yuccas are still around, but still no silver whiting. In meantime, we were still getting some slimy mackerel, not as often, but they were around. Considering how busy we were, Johnny managed to actually get to eat. He grabbed some bread that actually we got from Biker's Delight, and he took a rest. In the meantime, Alex would not stop. He kept catching and catching. Saying that, Johnny wasn't far behind. There was yuccas after yucca, pinky after pinky. As I say, we had fun. It was nothing special that we can brag about it, but it was fun. And then Johnny gets our first silver whiting on board, so we got the target fish. At this moment I was relieved, because that was our plan, that was our target, and we delivered. We still keep getting yuccas, we're still getting pinkies, but from now on we actually managed quite a few silver whiting, and yes, it was great feeling. Let's talk a bit about silver whiting. So, great snapper bite, number one. But I love eating them. To me, they're better than King George whiting. They're not big fish, they're very small fish, but the taste is just so sweet, it's amazing. If I rank my fish, garfish and silver whiting would be my priority, talking about Port Phillip Bay. Then the rest, well, ling, rockling, but rockling we get once in a blue moon. It's really a bycatch. If you want to catch silver whiting in Port Phillip Bay, they mainly at Clifton Springs, and basically they in between this artificial reef, which is between the long reef at Werribee and obviously the old channel at Port Tallington. Kinda halfway, this is where this reef is situated. But when we go to Portland, Black Nose, that's what we call. So we get out of the harbour to the right, about 2 kilometers there. There is millions of them. And always when we go to port and we go chase tuna, no matter what, we catch tuna, we don't catch tuna, we do a stop at Black Nose and get some of these fish because they are the #1 snapper bite. At this stage, our mission was accomplished. The boys got their first silver whiting, as they never caught one before, and yes, it's great to catch some different species of fish. I did put my underwater camera down so you guys can see actually how this reef looks just for a second, but it is a great structure. And yes, it feels good to be able to have something like this and fish around it. The very next video is just the ending of this adventure. We were lucky, on the way we had some dolphins to see, which is always a beautiful scene. We wanted some squid. We didn't have much luck, but we did get a big one, which is actually really nice. And all in all, it was a beautiful day out. Well, this adventure continues and pinkies start to go hard. But saying that, underwater, on my camera, all I could see is silver trolly. We didn't get any, but they were there. Then next moment, the big rod took off. We were excited at the beginning, but then we saw that not much shake, so we knew it's either banjo or a stingray. So obviously we cut the line, let the stingray go, and we kept going. Here it's just a quick look of the artificial reef. It does look good, it is a great obviously structure, but just be careful, do not anchor direct on it because you may lose your anchor. It was around 2 p.m. already, so we had plenty of silver whiting, plenty of yakas, so we decided to go to Old Channel and check what's going on there. On our way, we got intercepted by these beautiful dolphins, so we decided just to film them a little bit. At the Old Channel, pinky after pinky. So we did not stay long around here because it was just a waste of time. So we decided to go to Jackrabbit and see if we can get some squid, as Johnny said that his partner, well, his future wife, loves eating squid. So as we got there, we managed one. It was a decent sized squid. That was promising, but we tried hard in that, and unfortunately that was the only one. We spent here a little bit of time, we moved around quite a bit, but no luck. So it was time to pull the pin and go back to the boat ramp. All in all, great adventure with my new friends, and then we got greeted by this beautiful sky. Well, what's happening in our community? First, we just had a big fishing competition here in Bellarine Peninsula, and that was awesome. Then Leopold just opened the new premises, the Leopold Angling Club. So if you're in the area, check those boys out, especially Friday nights and that. There is a lot of people over there. Melbourne Boat Show, it's happening. So that's going to happen obviously in middle October, like every other year. It's on at Docklands, free, so no entry fees and stuff like that. And if you're into boating, fishing, go and check those guys out. There are big brands there, from Heinz Hunter to you name it, Barkrasha, Suzuki, Whitley, you name it, they all there. So if you got questions, if you want to check some boats and see things around, get some good pricing, that's your time of the year when you actually go and check this stuff out. Another thing is, another competition is happening on the other side now, on Mornington Peninsula, and that's Mallis Marine. They got a big fishing competition, huge prizes, and people known to us like Lee Rayner and Dave Standing with Wind Against Tide. There'll be a podcast, of course, Happy Fisherman as well. They'll be there. There'll be a talk. There'll be a snapper talk. There'll be prizes, and it's just going to be a big event. So if you're free, feel free, obviously, to be part of it. Not such a good news in community. Mima, Kara and Sav, the other day, they went to 13th Beach. Unfortunately, there was a big wall that actually got beached. So, it's sometimes not every news is a great news, and this one it's actually pretty sad news. So let's have a look at just a lot of people ask us about it. So just to see a fraction, Mima actually recorded. So here is a short video.
What do we know about it?
It's believed to be a sei whale, S-E-I, and they're believe that they're rare. They're not sort of something that we find locally here. It's a juvenile, so it doesn't appear that it's been attacked or hit by a ship or anything. They couldn't see any obvious injuries. So chances are it's just died of natural causes. Something's not right with it. It's only little. So this initially was about 14 metres long, and then someone's actually come and cut its tail off, which is very disrespectful. So it makes it very hard for them to move it off the beach. But the ocean provides, and the ocean will take it back, so hopefully not too long.
Oh, it looks like September's delivering some of our finest weather we've seen in ages. It's still blowing an absolute gale out there. So if you can get out in those little windows that are appearing, the snapper have been moving really, really nicely in our inshore reefs. So areas like top of Williamstown, Port Melbourne, even up here at Point Cook, and a little bit of patchiness on the Altona reefs. Just got to look for those weather breaks. They're not going to be all day. It's just going to be a 2 or 3 hour stint. Hit those shallow reef countries and give these pinkies and snapper a bit of a go. Just remember in that shallow country, if you can, if the wind's not too bad, unweighted baits, because we're in shallow rocky country. So unweighted baits are going to give you your best results in there rather than standing up on the bottom. Obviously, moving out a little bit further, we can run our snapper snatches and things like that. Burley is essential. Fish the windows and good luck on those for the next few weeks. Moving around to the bottom end of the bay, the whiting, as all winter, have been continuing to be fantastic. There's good numbers of big fish still floating around. Again, the weather's been making it a little bit difficult, but the numbers of fish are there when we get an opportunity to get out. So places like St Leonard's have still been good. Moving down towards the Swan Bay entranceway has been fantastic. A little bit weedy down there with the wind, but the fish are there in the shallow, dirty water at the moment. That's been fantastic. Also up towards Port Arlington for the land-based guys. Some good snapper coming in off the rock wall there still at Port Arlington. Also, St Helens has been seeing a few fish moving through there. Probably not as good as last year, but at least they're in there and moving around at the moment. Fresh squid and pilchards have been your best couple of boats there for the rock wall guys. Also, with the way the weather's been, Port Melbourne's this time of the year starting to have a few fish moving around as well. Not quite as good as last year yet, but that will come over the next couple of weeks. Squid, unfortunately, have been there, but again, very difficult with these high winds that we've been suffering, and the water's been a little bit dirty. I'd be trying still at Queenscliff when the weather gives us an opportunity to give that a bit of a go, or coming back up towards Port Arlington and giving that section there a go, as said, when the winds settle down a little bit more. But we're looking forward to having a really good season, guys. Get out there, enjoy.
So before we go, I would like to just mention one more thing. We got a friend in need. It's actually David Jurisic. Snoopy, a lot of people know him from Sharkman charters. He was decky on Mazzini real-time charters. Really, really keen fisher. He's one of us. He's the actual Bass Strait Lewis. He's the actual guy behind him. He used to make them, hand make them. And at the moment, he is in hospital and he's in a coma. So there is a GoFundMe page. If you guys want to help, jump on social media, just search him out, and feel free to be part of it. Again, thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.
I hope, I dream, I wish to catch a big fish, and I do it when I can. I'm a happy fisherman, and I do it when I can. I'm a happy fisherman.